Hi, I'm Ken Whiteley, and I'm a musician. I've been a musician now for 50 years.
Reading through the paper like I do most days, in black and white, a challenge fills each page. Occasionally.
So my new CD is called Freedom Blues. So broadly speaking, all of the music derives from this African American musical form known as blues, which is a very broad, it ranges from gospel to R&B, folk sounds, all of these kinds of things. And all the songs relate to this theme of freedom. And I was most interested in looking at freedom from both the external circumstances that either allow or inhibit our freedoms, and also the internal process of trying to achieve freedom. In many ways, that's the life journey, is to find out what does this truly mean to be free. So Freedom Blues is an invitation to share what I'm thinking about, singing about on this topic of freedom, which has these multiple layers, multiple dimensions.
He was born in Toronto, same year and season as my son. He was born here in Toronto, same year and season as my son. This is where this strange story has begun.
Freedom for me has also been about the internal journey, the internal path of liberation. So how do we liberate ourselves in this world and within ourselves? And the biggest impediments, I think, to our own freedom are within ourselves. That's the biggest struggle. And we have to work collectively at both those internal struggles and the larger political struggles and social struggles.
Give your hands to struggle. Give your hands to struggle. Give your hands to struggle.
I learned a lot about songwriting from my friend Tom Paxton, and Tom, of course, is the master of the simple song that sounds like before you've heard it a million times, and that's his gift, really. But working with Tom, I learned that you don't have to reinvent the wheel, and of course, this is part of the whole beauty of the blues, is that you have standard musical forms that you can kind of plug into.
I'm not worried about the price to pay. I'm not worried about another day. I keep thinking there must be a way to bring it all right down.
For me, there is no one ideal song, obviously, but For me, the songs which are most special so often are ones which I get kind of almost like as a gift. And I often know this because it comes to me as a, not fully formed, but there's a germ of it that comes to me already almost formed. The words and the music, and it all comes together, and I know right away this is, take this down. It's almost like, Ken, take this down, And so those to me are the ideal songs when I write something like that. Sometimes I write stuff like that and it just goes, it like doesn't resonate with people, but often those songs are ones that do resonate with people.
If you're African Canadian, you better watch your back. The police could stop you just for driving while black. First Nations.
So Freedom Blues was my 30th album, and I'm always in the process of trying to figure out how to do this. What can I do? I love the whole process of recording. I love the idea of trying to capture a performance, capture the performances of various musicians, bring them together, shape them, shape the sound, shape the sonics of it, the space of it, the dimensionality of it. And so it's always ongoing. So I feel that with this album, I got closer to that goal of being in that moment and just boom, boom, boom. And the album, recording the music really came together fairly quickly. And the ideas, I've sometimes said, in a way, I was working on the ideas of it for the last 50 years. And then this was just bringing it all together. And so the bringing it together actually happened fairly quickly because of the work I've been doing for 50 years.
Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine a ever-loving light on me.